Hey guys, Misha here, and today I'm going to talk about possibly the most difficult aspect to BPD and one that definitely controls a large part of my life, and that is, allow my shirt, black and white splitting. Now, what does that mean? So, black and white splitting basically means that there is a black side and a white side, and almost every single thing in a BPD's life falls under these two categories. Either black, which means hate, can't stand, no, there's nothing good about it, or white, which means idealization, love, the best, wanting to spend all your time with. It can be objects, situations, people, etc. So, black and white splitting is a core criteria for BPD, and it's a widely known symptom for a lot of us. And it means that if something doesn't fall into black or white, it's not really something that holds any importance to us whatsoever. It's not really something that is kept in our minds. And there's no gray, which means we can't really see people as good and bad. A person is either our best friends, the love of our life, important, compassionate, amazing. We just love these people. And then as soon as something significant happens to change that, it is now a hatred. So it's love and hate. And little tiny things can move and shift from black or white. I mean, it's not something as little as oh, you didn't say hi to me, you're hate. You went from white to black. I mean, it can be like that, but for the most part, it is a semi-significant event that triggers these shifts from idealization to devaluation. For example, I have had, a lot of friends in my past. I'm sure if you guys have borderline personality disorder, you know that it is very hard to maintain friends because they frequently shift from these whites to black, back and forth. We split them. Because when we first meet someone and they show us a little bit of affection, they give us compliments, they seem to genuinely care about us, we're like, wow, we love these people, they're so amazing. I just want to spend all of my time with you. I can't see any bad parts of you because I get to see the best parts. And even if, we see little parts of them that are bad, if they're not projected onto us, it is very hard for us to remember that fact. So when I think of my best friends, I think of supportive, caring, amazing, funny, passionate, talented. And if someone were to say, name some bad characteristics about your friends, it would be pretty hard for me to do that because I'm like, well, why would I, think anything bad of my friends? So it is just an all-consuming love. And I mean, it doesn't have to be just friends. It can be family members. It can be significant others, stuff like that. And to the opposite of that, people that we hate, I fucking hate. I don't just like people. I fucking hate them. If you ask me about one of my enemies and you ask me to describe some characteristics of them, I'll say, they're fucking lazy, they're rude, they're stupid, they're going nowhere in life, they're jealous of me and that's why they're doing these things. And it's not just that, it's not just what they've done to me. I immediately see what they've done to other people as well. So when I love someone, it's hard for me to see what they've done to other people because I'm so consumed with what they've done to me. And when I hate people, I obviously remember what they've done to me. But if I see them being mean to other people, I'm automatically like, see, it further proves my point. So we definitely remember things a lot easier if it matches with what we believe. And I mean, if someone tries to tell me that one of my enemies is a good person, I will argue with them and I will, try and bring up some points as to why, but they've done this to me and they've done this to me and they've done this to that other person and, look how fucking shitty they are. And even just thinking about someone that I hate right now, if I think long enough about them, I can really work myself up. I have a few specific people in mind right now and I just fucking hate their guts. I fucking hate them, and I don't understand why anyone likes them. But then again, this is for the purpose of education, and this is why I'm letting you guys know kind of how I feel. And for those of you that don't have BPD, I understand it is very difficult to understand why I'm saying these things and why I think that way. But then again, it is a disorder. There are, parts of our brain that work differently. There have been different things that happen to us in our life that cause us to feel these things. So, I know it is a very different way of thinking, but try not to stigmatize, either me or the people that are, watching my videos, people that understand, people in your life that feel these things. Try not to take it for face value and try to understand the reasons why we feel this way. Personally, I think a lot of the reason that I split black and white is because growing up, I never had any friends. Everyone kind of hated me. And the one or two people in my life that, were there for me, I love them to death. And it's funny because there is one person, the only one person that I've ever really never split it against. Her name is Samantha. She's been my best friend for 23 years. And that's, I guess, kind of the reason why when I love someone, I really, really love them. I have another friend that I met in school. His name is Chris, and I definitely have him in the white. Like, people have told me, oh, this guy's not so great. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. This guy is fucking amazing. I love the shit out of him. And there are usually a lot more people in the black category. We usually hate more people than we love. And it is a lot more common for people to go from white to black than it is from black and white. And by that, I mean, I have loved people and I have idealized them, and then they've gone to hatred. But it is usually a lot harder for people to go from me hating them to me loving them. There have been certain instances though. For example, there is this one girl that I met in school, and we never really got to know each other. She was kind of always, with some of the people that, they hated me. So she kind of only got to hear these like negative things about me. Also another thing, usually just as though we love or hate people, people usually love or hate us. I find that personally, if you ask people, oh, what do you think of Mishi? It's like, oh, I love that girl, or yo, I fucking hate her. It's just kind of something I notice. Anyways, so this one girl, she had been hanging around with a lot of people that hate me. And so obviously they had just been, talking all these bad things. And, when you hear only negative things about someone, even if you haven't been able to make that opinion for yourself, it's going to kind of muddy your ideas. So when we started to spend more time together, us being in the same class, it did get very difficult because she kind of, she didn't like me. And when someone doesn't like me, I'll make sure that they hate me. If you're being rude to me, I'll be rude right back. We mirror what people think about us and how people treat us. We completely mirror it. So, if you're nice to me, I'm going to be so nice to you. And if you're mean to me, I'm going to be a fucking bitch. So yeah. It wasn't necessarily that she was being awful to me. It's just that I didn't really know her, and for her to already kind of have these like nasty attitudes, I really didn't like it. So it was kind of like a back and forth hatred for a really long time, until one day we decided, what the fuck is the point in this? We don't even really know each other, and there's so much animosity towards us, and it's kind of making for some bad vibes. We're both in school to learn and to do our own thing, and it was kind of taking away from the whole experience. So we sat down, we talked, we agreed that we never really got to know each other for who we really were. We were just kind of going off other people's opinions. She realized that, yes, those people's views were not necessarily accurate, and, even if someone does have a personal hatred, it doesn't mean that you have to, Everyone should be able to form their own opinions about someone, regardless of your friendship circles. So we kind of realized that, and I admitted, I was being pretty foul to her as well. We apologized, we agreed to start fresh on a new page, and ever since then, I really do enjoy her company, and I care about her as a person, and I realize that we do have a lot of similarities. So, I don't think I necessarily completely flipped on her, but going from hatred to loving is very strange, but it can happen. So that's kind of just the intro to black and white splitting. I will continue this in another video, but this is just kind of a little bit of a definition and kind of what I go through on a day-to-day basis and why it is hard for us to form and keep meaningful relationships and friendships. I will be bringing you guys another video next week, but until then, have a great week. Thanks so much for watching, guys.